So today's video is basically a little bit of an experiment. Some people have told me an easier way to do hems. I hate hemming in terms of my hand-woven things at the end. I did do another video with regards to getting a walking foot, which made hemming a lot more pleasurable. I still don't like it, but I don't at least hate it anymore. This was actually also to make it easier, because I find when you're actually trying to take hand-woven items and you're trying to fold it. Now, I'm not really good about ironing, so I have to try that this time as well to see if that helps as well. But when you're trying to fold it over, because of the thickness, I don't find that it tends to fold over well, and it makes it difficult to do a really nice hem. So I've been given a suggestion that basically if I do a certain number of picks, and then I put in a very slippery thread that will be pulled out at a later date, do another number of picks and then another slippery thread, it will make actually a border to fold things nicely. So I'm going to try and do that today and see whether or not that works and makes my life a lot easier in terms of making the hem. So come along and see how it's done. So basically what you're going to see me do is you're going to see me do 11 picks back and forth. I actually bought myself a new shuttle. This one's by Shacked. And it's a lower shuttle because at the end my shed tends to get very tight, and my typical shuttles, the boat shuttles that I have by Leclerc, I find are a little bit too thick, and it doesn't allow me to go as far as I would like to go, and I do need to go another approximately 1.5 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to do the 11 picks, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you with the floss, and then basically continue on with the following picks after that. Okay? Okay, so I've just done my 11 picks. What I'm going to do basically is I'm going to cut a portion of some floss. I bought a very contrasting color, so it'll be very obvious to see. The floss that I've got basically is, it's a very shiny, very slippery feel to it. It is S741 is the one by DMC. I'm not sure if it has a particular type to it. It says that it's rayon, okay, but I'm not seeing any particular type to it. All right, so basically I will take this off. I'm going to cut a certain portion of it. All right, all right, I'm just going to let it hang out because again, it's not something that I'm going to It's not something that I'm going to keep, basically. All right. So the last one I did was I ended up here. Okay. I'm going to put this one through. I'm just going to fish it by hand, basically. Alright, okay, and I'm just going to let it hang with enough so that I can actually get a good grip on it to pull it out at a later date. I'm going to continue on. I'm going to go and I'm going to do 10 more picks basically, and then I will put another floss in exactly the same way as I've done. And then basically we'll go on and try ironing it, cutting it off the loom, and then ironing it, and then trying to sew it and see if it's a much easier time than what I've done before. Alright. Okay, so basically I've got my iron, I've got it on steam, I've got my weight because everything wants to fall off my ironing board. My ironing board is not a very heavy duty ironing board either, so it is a little bit on the floppy side. I don't usually do a whole lot of ironing anymore, so it's never been an issue until now. Basically what I did is I took my blanket upstairs. I did a new stitch. I've never done this stitch before. So I'm not sure if you can see that right here, okay? So basically it's got like a triangle, and then it's got also a bottom line as well. You'll notice that it's not particularly straight, okay? I did want it to be on the edge, actually touching the edge of the white thread here, okay? But it took me a while to figure out, with regard to the foot, where I needed everything placed. So it's not phenomenal. The other side is much better than this side here, okay? So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take, basically, I've got my 2. This is going to be my first fold line right here. This will be my second one. So I'm going to just basically start ironing it and see along this line. I don't usually iron, I usually just quite literally hem. So I'm going to see if this makes my life easier. Everybody says it's supposed to. So we shall see. Alright. Now, I have it on steam, although I'm not hearing a lot of steam, which is... Now the DMC floss that I used was a rayon. I am hoping to goodness that it is not going to melt as I'm putting this iron on. Otherwise I'm going to regret that later on, but you live, you learn, you watch this channel, to watch me screw up a little bit so that you don't have to, right? At least that is the hope. The hope is I don't screw up in the first place, but again, when you're trying out new things, boo-boos happen, right? Okay, it looks like it's not bad, actually. All right, so that went down quite nicely. All right. Okay, so now let us fold that one more time. Why is this stretching here? I don't know. That's the problem I find with hand woven, is that it stretches, right? That's why I use my walking foot to begin with, so I do definitely want to make sure. Okay. So you guys are probably not seeing this because it is off. Let me just move this down a little bit and not burn myself. Okay. So right here, it is hanging off the end there, which I'm not happy about. So I'm going to have to make sure when I sew it, that I sew it in a way that it's going to be all right. All right, let's fold it again. All right, on the second. Now, there is a possibility that it might make more sense for me to have gone upstairs and sewn it first. I do have another side that I can do. So if I screw it up, I can do it better on the next side. Okay? So let's do that. All right. Let's take a look. Well, it seems to be laying down flat. Logically, it should make my life easier. I don't usually iron, as I said, it's one more step, and I tend to be on the lazy side of things, unfortunately. All right. Well, that's looking good. Let's go upstairs. I'm going to go back upstairs. I'm going to turn this off. Okay. Put this onto a mat. All right. I'm going to bring this back upstairs. Okay. I'm going to sew it, and then we're going to try I'll come back downstairs. And I'm going to try and remove these, and hopefully they remove easily. That is the whole point of putting these in, so that it would make the fold nice and easy to do. Okay. All right. I'll be back. Okay. So I went upstairs. I did the hemming. Everything went like a breeze. Had a few issues with the walking foot there, but by staying in one place, it wasn't advancing for whatever reason. I still don't know what the reasoning is, but it worked out. I just had to go at a slower speed for whatever reason. So now let's try and see if these little pieces are actually going to come out as nicely as we had hoped. All right, so let's take out the first one here, the one at the very edge here, and let's see. Oh, look at that. It's coming right out. Perfect. Okay, beautiful. Now let's see if the other one comes out. Let's hold it on this end here. Oh, look at that. It's coming out as well. So let's take a look here. All right. So looking good. Okay, I'll have to take off, obviously I'll have to cut off the white parts here. I should not necessarily, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back upstairs, I'm going to sew it one more time, okay, so that I don't see the white, okay. Next time, obviously, I should have had beige, and I didn't have actually any beige to use, which is why it looks so so obvious. So I'm going to go back, I'm going to do the other side. Now the other side, I did a bit of a boo-boo because when I put in the floss, if you notice on the other side, I had a floss that was right here, okay, along the brown, and then I had the floss here. For whatever reason on this side, I did it and that the floss was right here at the edge. So when I ended up having to cut, guess what happened? Of course, the floss came out. So I've only got one floss on this side. So we'll see whether or not it works just as well. I want to obviously turn things around right now. I'm going to iron on this side as well so that we can do that while we're upstairs. Okay. All right. So let me heat up the iron again. And we're going to try and do the hem again. So I think the trick, obviously, number one is to make sure your iron obviously is hot, that it does have steam. Don't push things along, because if you push the material along the way, it's going to end up uneven at the end. You just want to basically lay it down flat. That's what I figured out very quickly. Okay. So just moving it along and then pressing it downwards along the crease there. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay, so now let's do the second one, second turnover. And again, not going to be as simple because of the fact that I don't have that other floss that I had hoped for. Okay, so again, make sure you plan out where that floss needs to go. Draw it out. I should have drawn it out. I'm a better visual person than obviously just in my mind there for whatever reason. And of course, doing it, you know, at the beginning one way and then doing it at the end, it's very easy to do it in the reverse order, to do it incorrectly, okay, because you're trying to do sometimes the same thing on both sides and it doesn't work out that way. Yes, Cisco. All right. Cisco, not right now. Yes, I know. Okay. Alrighty, so let's go back upstairs. I'm going to turn this off again. Let it cool off. Go back upstairs. I'm going to hem this side. Remove the threads like I did last time, and then basically it's time to put it in for a wash. And then remove all the little bits and bobs there that might be left over, and then it's good to go. All right. So I hope that helps, and have yourself a great day.